It's like, I don't think I want one of those. And they're all, oh no, but you have to have one or else you can't fly to the United States to fight Luke Rockhold. As an example, like if I was going to throw something out, like, you know, they might have said like, you don't have a choice if you want to fly to the United States to fight Luke Rockhold. You know, because as an example, like he's fighting Luke Rockhold. He's got a fight coming up and he needs to fly. And if you're coming from another country going into the United States, you have to have that thing. Like you have to have it. So something tells me it's possible that he didn't want that thing. He just didn't want it, right? All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. So the MVP of this channel is Paulo Costa. He delivers me topics all the time. There are topics that I can actually sink my teeth into, like this one. He got arrested, but he didn't just get arrested for like the normal dumb stuff that fighters get arrested for, DUI or like, you know, I don't know, like dumb stuff, right? He got arrested for a topic that for something that gives me the ability to touch on a very serious topic. Like as an example, if you go to New York and you're like, can I come into your restaurant? They're all, let me see your card. You're all, here you go. Here's a picture of it. It's on my phone. So that thing, you know, the thing that you need to present all over the world still, that you still need to do, doesn't even work, but it's really important. So his arrest has to do with that. And I'm going to tell you the details. He elbowed a nurse in the face. It's a really interesting story, actually, and we're going to talk about it. But before I do, if you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. In case you guys haven't been paying attention lately, we have segmented the viewers into two groups, the ones I like and the ones I love. And all that, you know, determines which group you're in is whether you have hit subscribe. I like my viewers. I love my subscribers. So if you want to be in the love group, it's just like this, boop. Boop. That's it. And then I love you forever. But anyway, so let's talk about this thing because basically here is the story with the details that are out as of now. Paulo Costa apparently went into a hospital. He said that he needed the you can't even talk about this topic. I just came off suspension on my other channel because I talked about a topic you really are not allowed to talk about. Like you're really not allowed to talk about it. The only hint that I'll give you guys related to that is if I was to mention the first half of that word and I was ordering it, someone would say, do you want pepperoni on it? Like if you even mention that topic, you are shh. They made that very clear because I was very careful and they still struck my channel and suspended me. But this one is pretty close behind if you say the wrong thing, you know, about like going in for a certain type of medical treatment that's mandated all over the place. You know, so he was going in saying he wanted to get that treatment. I'm not sure if it was, you know, his first one, his second one, his third, fourth, fifth. I have no idea. But that's what he said that he needed, right? He goes in there, he says that's what he wants. They go into a room apparently, and the nurse who is going to administer it fills out the card that you get afterwards that verifies that you've gotten it, right? So she fills out all the information, does all that. He grabs the card and then goes to walk out. And she's like, whoa, what are you doing? He's like, what do you mean? And he just tried to leave with the card, according to the hospital. Okay, according to the hospital, she said, or according to the nurse, she said that he didn't take the shot, right? So she's saying that they did the card, and then he just tried to walk out. And he said, what are you doing? I already took the shot. And so they went back and forth. He's saying, you gave me the shot. She's saying, no, I didn't. And then they get into a tussle. He's trying to just walk out with the card. She's got him by the arm. And apparently he says that he went like this, you know, and then accidentally elbowed her, right? So that's the basic story. He ends up leaving the hospital. And the implication is that he didn't actually take the shot. He just got the card and he, you know, forced his way out of there. Now, I'm just going to throw this out there, right? If Paulo Costa wants to leave a room and you don't want him to leave, but he really wants to leave, but you really don't want him to leave, if he really wants to leave, just maybe let him go. Like, it's Paulo Costa, dude. Like, I break his balls on this channel because I like him. I think he's hilarious. Again, Paulo Costa is actually one of the most exciting fighters in the UFC to watch. Like, if you look at any of his fights, dude, I mean, you know, he kind of got beat down by Izzy, but outside of that one, like, dude, that Marvin Vettori fight was off the hook. The fight with Yoel Romero, off the hook. Every single one, he's so aggressive, so fun to watch. And he's a tank, dude. He's a tank. You know, he also drinks and tweets. And I love that, man. I love it when people drink and tweet because I get to make fun of them. I like teasing people and he gives me a lot to tease. But this is more of a, sounds like he was going to leave, right? You grabbed his arm. What do you think that's going to do, right? I bet, you know, like people who aren't used to, like, who haven't spent a lot of time around elite athletes, You ever see them if they do touch an elite athlete, and every time, dude, it's really bizarre if you pay attention. Like they'll go, oh my gosh, they feel like they just touch like a foreign object, like they grab an arm and they're like, oh my god, I've never. Because the difference between a finely tuned athlete's body from their fingers to their toes is so different than just your average run-of-the-mill person. It then so it like feels real. So I'm sure she grabbed his arm and was like, whoa, what is this? What is this walking Bigfoot? What is this thing? And then he probably was like, get off me. Her trying to fight him for leaving was utterly ridiculous, obviously. So he leaves, and they sent the cops to his house because he had already filled out the card, and they obviously had his information, and they went and arrested him. So that's the story. But obviously that's not just the story, because the entire story is clearly he needed the card. I'm going to operate under the assumption that he probably did not actually take the shot, because if you look at anytime you want to figure out what actually happened in a situation like this, you just look and you're like, all right, well, so what are these people probably thinking? Like what could be motivating these people? Okay. So what possible motivation would a nurse have to say that she administered a treatment that she didn't administer, right? There's absolutely no motivation for her to do that at all. Now, on the Costa side, what would be his motivation for, doing it the way that she said that it happened? I don't know. Could it be like the hundreds and hundreds of FIFA soccer players this year that have just been, or elite athletes that are like, all right, I'm just doing what I normally do. No studies on causality, just a 500% increase this year in, on like elite athletes. But we're not going to look at that. And I'm not saying it's because of the jab. Could be because of the thing that the jab is supposed to protect against. I have no idea. But, if you decided hypothetically that you've either already had the thing it's supposed to protect against, or you have read anything in the last, 6 to 12 months and realize that you're not really in any danger. And also, even if you were, it's very, very, very low. If you're Paulo Costa, you're in zero danger. And then also, the thing they're trying to mandate doesn't work. There's that. It does apparently. I don't mean it doesn't work, guys. YouTube, I don't mean it doesn't work, okay? It definitely reduces the odds that you'll have a serious, case, of course. It definitely does that. But it seems as though it doesn't, reduce your likelihood of getting it very much. I don't know. I'm not saying these are not my claims. These are not my claims. These are just things that I've seen around on other channels. So I'm not saying this. I'm just saying, like, someone might say that shit doesn't work really very well, if at all. And if it did, like, it wouldn't matter because Paulo Costa is an elite athlete and is essentially in more risk of than the other thing. Hypothetically, maybe if there's causality between the and the, So I'm just saying, like, I feel as though I can jump inside his mind and go, yeah, I think he's weighing his risks out and he's all, I don't want that thing. He's probably just looking and he's like, yeah, I don't think I want to get one of those. Or I don't want to get another one of those or whatever. It's like, I don't think I want one of those. And they're all, oh no, but you have to have one or else you can't fly to the United States to fight Luke Rockhold. As an example, like if I was going to throw something out, like, they might have said like, you don't have a choice if you want to fly to the United States to fight Luke Rockhold. Because as an example, like he's fighting Luke Rockhold. He's got a fight coming up and he needs to fly. And if you're coming from another country going into the United States, you have to have that thing. You have to have it. So something tells me it's possible that he didn't want that thing. He just didn't want it. Right. And so in order to be able to go to the United States, he needed the thing. And so he's like, this is complete bullshit. I don't think I should need to risk anything in order to be able to go and do my job. And so what I would prefer is to go in there, get the thing that says that I got it, and then maybe not get it. That would be my guess. I would just hypothesize that might have been what actually happened, which, I'm certainly not weighing in on whether it's cool or not cool for someone to fake it. But you can guess my opinion on that, right? You can guess whether I think that it's cool to mandate a thing like that for someone, given that there are no long-term studies. I'm just saying, like no, you say not none, no long-term, none, like none. They're not like it. It's approved under emergency. It's an emergency authorization. And they only do that under emergencies. Does it feel like an emergency right now? Does anyone feel like they're in an emergency? I'm just saying, does it feel like an emergency? And does it feel like an emergency that would merit forcing people to take in case they, I don't know, wanted to go and perform their job so that they can feed their family? I don't know. Like, does that seem reasonable at this point? Does it? Because if not, you got to ask yourself, you're like, geez, I mean, I wonder why they're doing that. Like, why do you think they're still doing this? What could it be? I heard in Canada, they were going to lift, all the restrictions, or there was a bill, put on the table by one party, and they were like, oh, let's lift the prescription, lift the restrictions at this point. Why? And it got voted down. It got voted down. So, like, I don't know, if I was Canadian, I might look at the party that voted that down and go, what are you guys doing up there? Like, what are you doing? Why would you vote that down? And if I can't answer that question, I would go, why do I vote for these guys? Like, what have I just gotten it ingrained in my head that forever I'm just like, I vote for these guys no matter what? Because I think I agreed with the other guys this time. Like, I completely agreed. I don't understand. Like, no one's in an emergency. Like, if you find out right now that your cousin caught the thing, are you worried? Like, are you like, oh no, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, I hope he makes it, I really do? Or is it like, blah blah has the thing, and you look on text, you're like, oh, da 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 has da da da, da 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 has da da da. Oh, cool. Like, I don't even follow up. Like, I don't even text them to be like, hey, how are you, man? How are you? I don't even follow up. It's that kind of emergency, And I think everyone knows that now. So I think this conversation should be over, but it seems to not be. And so you got to ask yourself, why? Why? And especially when, again, we've circumvented the entire long-term studies thing because it's an emergency. Now, why do you think we do long-term studies normally? Do you guys, I don't know. Why do you think? Well, sometimes it turns out that there are really serious long-term, problems that can come from things. Right. But they're really rare, right? I don't know. Maybe you should look that up, dude. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if it was me and I was just going to go, I trust them 100%, I might go look that up. Just see how likely. They wouldn't just do that willy-nilly. Oh, no. Look at you. Look at you and all your faith in humanity. That's cute. That is cute. I wish I lived in the world that you did, because it was probably a much nicer place to be. I feel like you're antagonizing me. I definitely am. 100%. I just would suggest maybe go look up the thing that you're just assuming isn't important. Nah, I'd rather just trust him. I bet you would, dude. Rock and roll. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it long term. I have no idea. I'm just saying, like, if there's, oh, this person has blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Oh, my kid has blah, blah, blah. Who cares? I don't care. Your dad has blah, blah, blah. Jeez, he's in his, like, mid to late 70s, right? I don't think that my dad would like if I threw his age out on here, and I know he watches my videos, so he's going to love this video. My dad got it. Oh, no. Hey, how are you, Pop? I'm good. This is really annoying. Yeah, I bet it is. It's lucky I got the yada yada. Right. Because you probably would have died otherwise. Not. But anyway, so that's the story about Paulo Costa. And it'll be interesting to see what happens, because now there's, a dispute on whether he actually did it. And so I wonder if the United States is paying attention, and they're going to be like, we need to see a video of him doing it because we're draconian lunatics. All right. That's what I got. Peace.